Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jan, and in this video I'm going to make technical analysis for tomorrow, 10th of November. So I will give you a little bit of my overview of some main pairs, what I will be looking for tomorrow, where to get to the trades. And I'm starting with euro dollar. So today it's still 9th of November for me. So we had some consolidation. I actually had a small trade, placed only one order for a sell because I was still expecting a possible euro to go down because it's a little bit come down and we have had to have a bit of correction, and you see it was a little bit drop, and right now the pair is kind of got into the downtrend channel. And so remember, we had a downtrend channel where it's actually jumped out from, and now it looks like it's coming back. And you see this pattern to me looks like a little bit of head and shoulder, so that quite possibly one shoulder and another shoulder. So guys, the news I was telling you about to watch out, there is some about those tariffs for US Boeing, and it's today they were saying that it's going to be proceeding tomorrow. So that's what a lot of people think, that euro should fall, and well, I'm not sure, quite possibly it could be, but we still have, uncertainty with this American election, and so they also some unexpected news today with the possible vaccine, which is 90% successful for COVID-19. So that's quite possible makes dollar a little bit weaker, and so quite easily euro can continue the way up. So because of this, you see, I would have still a little bit more technically looking, expect it continue the way down now inside this channel, but you see, with this news anything can happen. So what I'm going to do, guys, you see, this is my area right now. There is no channel, it did not consolidate yet, so I prefer to have a bit of consolidation. You see, like previously we had this little triangle and some consolidations here. I'm pointing out for you all the time, or consolidation here. So that is really risky, but I'm still going to place the orders just again to see how it could be done with the levels. You see, I placed buy stop and sell stop, but I'm not going to activate it yet. And if you would look on the screen right now, here you see it says disabled until 10th of November, until 6 o'clock in the morning of this broker time, guys. So you see, which is roughly before the European session opens. You see 10 o'clock. So when the market goes of the time on the screen, you can see around 6 a.m. This is when going to be around, for me, the opening of the session, of European session, and I'm usually not at the screen at this moment. You see, guys, you see, like now it's 10 o'clock, now it's 11 o'clock shows in here. For me it's 10, and so that's why, yes, 5 o'clock in the morning I just can't do it. So I placed the order. So how I did it, it's very easy with yeah, you see, just press horizontal lines, and then I just put time. The date is tomorrow, you see, the 10th, and then I put the time 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's when it should start it to look for. If there will be a channel, it will be triggered. If it runs away somewhere, so it should not trigger. So we're also going to check it out and see. So yeah, that's my area. So if you are watching it, and if you are European session is good for you in a good time zone or something, and so you can see if there will be a channel here, so that's where I would have placed my pending orders. And again, I have the settings the same. So small lot, half position close, take profit. You see, I have made a little bit bigger take profit. Stop loss is still about 60 pips or 600 points. I have moved stop loss to break even. I think I'm going to have around 10 pips, which is 100 points. And I'm leaving, placing the trailing stops, you see here. And that's pretty much it. And of course I have a recovery system on in here. So at this moment I'm just going to leave it like that. And so let's see what happens in the morning. So that's pretty much my trade would be. So if it will not consolidate here and move, then that would be the next level once again, as I had previously consolidation here today. And if it will not go up, or let's say go down, so then we will see where it's going to stop, because I have quite a few different levels here, and I'm just going to see where it's going to be, because you see the levels here is I had some consolidation around here and then consolidation around here. So if it will move, that possibly can stop at one or another level, and then we will see what to do. So pound dollar, I also had a small trade today. See, that's little consolidation, nice little channel, and also made small trade and then came back and started to balance around. To be honest, at this moment, I don't really like the situation. For pound, it's a bit better news. You see, it's not falling, because they were saying again today that it quite possible the deal is close and could be done. And I think the deadline is 15th November. Unfortunately, 15th November is going to be what, Sunday or something, but maybe before that we will have a bit of information this week. So it's quite a bit of again uncertain and risky to trade. But anyway, at this moment I'm not going to place the orders on this one, because it's I don't like the stops, okay, in this bottom. So I highlighted this area, but I want to see actually still in the morning where it's going to be, because it's can jump and down without the news, and you never know when they're going to happen. So you see, it might just go up and down again and up and down. So I don't want to get into a bad trade. So that's why I will see if it will go higher, maybe consolidate, then I will move it to this area. If it will go down, consolidate, maybe I'll move to this area, because it's in the middle between those tops and those bottoms. I don't feel this is a good area. I think it's a weak area. That's why I will just wait a bit more, and I will not place my orders. So because we still have this, you know, situation when it's a little bit of the channel, there is still a top out there, you see, guys, and the next level. So it's quite in a good area where you can continue the way up, break out from this channel. At the same time, it reached the top, and now it should really go and have a correction, which doesn't want to, you see it, because it's based on a little bit optimistic news. So that's why I wait a little bit more. Okay, dollar Canadian had a nice little consolidation here. I didn't go for any trade, so it fall, and now I'm just going to wait. It might give a double bottom. You see, it's actually finally went into get down 130 and even further. Remember, I was telling you in the analysis that it quite expectation was the previous bottom was 130 and even further, because if they actually go to the bottoms, they try to break them. See, it's broke and came back now. So let's see when it's going to have consolidation. Like I'm saying, with this uncertainty, also we know that the oil jumped with all of these COVID-19 views. They were so unexpected, nobody expected them. That's why possible it will come down a little bit more news maybe market will expect, and if it's taken into the account, then it should of course to have a bit of a correction. At this moment there is nothing. It just went down and started to just sit. So that's why I would sit and wait, because easy can continue go up, recover, go up, or continue the way down. So that's the area to watch. Pound yen, you see that's the reaction on this COVID-19 and the vaccine, and had a good jump. Now I presume if it's also come down, actually the pound yen jumped because of the yen got weaker. You know that because the yen was also is more like a reserve currency when the bad news, and then is a good news like the COVID vaccine. That's when yen gone very weak, and we will see, you'll see dollar yen is also had a big jump. So that's why it was not in news for pound, it was news for yen, and that's why it had a really huge move. So to be honest, guys, I think it will continue. There is still a good number like 139 price, and I think if it will go up there and consolidate, it would be good to look at possible entry points. It's in this channel, so of course I would expect a possible correction and maybe some news for Brexit. At the same time, you see it might break out from this channel and continue the way up if it will be based once again on those COVID news. So but this moment I'm just going to wait, because it does look like a quite nice move and nice area to watch. Okay, guys, so well, we are with euro pound again, and remember I was showing to you last week, look at this, 18 attempts it has, and the 18 attempts it has because what I do, guys, I dump a little bit of the profits every time when it gets into the profit, you see. So I have set up a trailing. It's the new settings, which I will make a video about, possibly actually on Tuesday, and maybe release it on Tuesday or Wednesday. So we will see. And I think the new version of EA is going to be released. So you see what is good now? To recover, it needs to reach this level for me, right? But what I have done, look at the history. I have been banking and banking. Just a moment, I'll go to pound, euro pound. You see, banking and banking and banking. So this way I was reducing the recovery it needs to make. So I have, if I will put, let's say it's not last month, is it going to be last month? Yes, so it's a last month. You see euro pound, mostly euro pound, except I had an Australian dollar trade today. I will show you that that's the one also. You see, I had a losing one and a winner, but we forget about this right now. So you see, I still have to cover about $8.95. And look what I'm going to do again. I'm going to close it. Okay, so watch out. You see, I closed a little bit of profit, and look, it's reopened again with the same lot size, because I have a setting, don't change the lot size, but it's reduced a little bit of distance now. And so now I only have 200 points, and it wants to make about $18, which I will also explain why they're all doing this way. And but it reduces the risk. You see, guys, the recovery risk, and now I only have $4 to close. I can possibly, once again, like I told you, it was there before. I can probably just close it and leave it. Okay, well, I have like end up with only $4 loss after all, but we're going to just keep it to see what is going to happen. I mean, tomorrow, with a little bit better news for pound and a little bit worse news for euro, you should possibly continue and finally close it with profit. But to be honest, right now, if it will start to actually move nicely, before I come to the screen and then continue the way down, I will probably just again turn off my EA and move the take profit further and put the stop loss in a bit more profitable position. So let's say if I need to cover 4, maybe if it will be somewhere giving me like $5 profit, I will be moving the stop loss and then just maybe try to catch a little bit better move and get a bit more, because you see euro pound is in a downtrend channel, right? And so it's quite possible might break this area, cover those bottoms. Yeah, that's why I think it might go a little bit further and finish it. So you see, as for entering into the anything right now, I wouldn't go, because there is no channel or anything. You see, it's just plain just move. That's why, for example, I would just wait for a consolidation for possible looking for the next possible entry points. But this moment there is nothing, and if it will continue, great. I mean, of course, it might turn around and hit another stops, and then we will see what's going to happen again. But because we're already so close, the probably lot size ain't going to be increased again. So let's just leave it as it is. So now dollar yen, that's that again unexpected move, help dollar to recover against yen. And now once again, that's the good area. If it will have consolidation, then I consider this one to place the orders. I'm not going to do this right now also into the night, because of Asian session and yen might have some movements. The pair might have some movements, and because it was news event, I'm just better to wait for this consolidation. At this moment, it is still in the downtrend channel. You see, it's touched the level of the channel. So technically looking, it should turn around. Okay, technically looking, it should turn around. But at the same time, you see with the news, depends if anything else tomorrow, it might actually break out and still continue the way up. And we are still in the bigger downtrend channel. So I would pretty much say it's still inside the downtrend channel. So haven't changed the direction just yet. So that's why I'll just wait a little bit for that area of consolidation. I mean, it might give double top, who knows, a little triangle or something. So let's just say and wait. Australian dollar, that's why I had a bit, I jumped, well, that's what happens when you don't follow your own rules. I've jumped a little bit in the trade, even though it was a little gap here, even though I don't go for such small gaps. I thought, okay, I'll just sell it, because I thought I'll go for 10 pips, as I had a setting for only get 12 pips. I thought, okay, 12 pips, it's enough, right, to cover it. But remember, my gap system don't do that on the small gaps. I don't usually go for gaps smaller than 50 pips. And when it started to fill in a little bit, so, and it cost me a little bit of the loss. You see, it's jumped up. straight afterwards, again, reaction, quite possible on those positive news for with COVID-19 vaccine. But look at this. Yeah, okay, I thought it made me loss and took me into the other trade, made a little profit. That's why I closed again, just like you saw me doing with Euro Pound. And I actually reversed it. I pressed the reverse button here. That's what it's also so helpful to do because it's reached the previous stop. And I thought, okay, it did move, but not move too much. So that's why I reversed. You see that previous stop? So that's why it's turned around and got me into recovery trade and moved enough, those 60 pips to get me out with the, you see, it covered the loss and made me a small profit. And even more, you see we had minus 12, so it made me another $2.42 and still another like 50 cents. So okay, can't complain. You have to, you know, psychologically to understand that the losses, when you see minus, it doesn't mean a minus, it's actually attempt of making. Okay, so you put 12, you make back 12 plus whatever what we made, 2 plus dollars, like about 250, well, $3 because we had another one. So that means you're the winner, right? So that means it's closed with the profit. So now it's looking like a little bit once again for me head and shoulders, and quite possible it might continue the way down, but maybe on a 4-hour chart to daily chart is a little bit big. There is another top still there, this one, and it quite easily might try to get to that top. Okay, and I think I'm gonna try still daily chart to show, yeah, that's the top. You see, that's the one top, and so that's why it might quite easily get to that point. So like I'm saying, technically it still all looks like it needs to have a correction, right? Technically, but with all this news, you never know what it can do. So it might continue the way up, but I not going to place any orders at this moment. Still didn't close that little gap. Okay, so that's why it's still looking a little bit more downtrend. It started to create a little bit consolidation here. You see, we have really nice run back up there, and at the same time, it's a bit too close to the next level here. See, it's 20 pips. That's why I had my sell today where I thought I only going to get 10 pips because more it could have done what it did. So that's why I'm not sure about this area. Maybe this area would be better if it would go and consolidate, but we will see. At this moment it's just a waiting time and nothing good for me. I'm not going to do anything. Look at this, look at gold. What happened to gold, guys? That's unpredictable. Nobody expected that. That's why it's a huge drop, because everybody were buying here. That's why I'm saying, guys, with my strategy, I mean, okay, I didn't catch this move, unfortunately. I mean, I saw this beautiful channel. Look at this, it's created it, right? But it was nothing expected, any news. It's Monday, and you know I don't really like it. If it would be Tuesday, I would definitely catch this. But look at this beautiful channel. That's what I'm saying. If you see those channels, it's very wide though, that's what you look for. That's what the system, but it's gold, and you know gold has bigger channels, and that's why it's more riskier to trade gold, especially on the small accounts. And yeah, that's beautiful. So you would be placing the level here and then beautiful fall. Yeah, it's pretty much like I said, it's everybody unexpected it because everything was negative news for COVID, uncertainty in America. So it was all looking going up, and then so I presume it was lots of stops here, and then they just dropped it dramatically. So it went down to where? The 1850, guys. That's where I was waiting for gold last week. Remember I told you in here I was waiting for it to 1850, but it stopped 1860 last time. That's actually what I was a little bit concerned when it actually went to 1960 here, and that's what I was thinking. Last time it was 1860, this time 1960. I actually had my concerns about that it should fall from here, but you know, I was just if it wouldn't be Monday, if it would be Tuesday, I would definitely place my orders. But yeah, they see these things, how can happen all of these things with this unexpected news and COVID thing. Is so many manipulative things going on. So what is it now, you'd say? Of course, well, once again, to be honest, at this moment, because of this COVID news, and because uncertainty in the US, I mean, with the stimulus, remember I told you with all the uncertainty, I still wanted, well, to see gold going up. Didn't wanted it, but expecting it, right? And at the same time, I was telling you that we are technically actually were in a downtrend channel, so it was all looking like pretty much it should have go down, right? So, but it started to go up because of the news, and now it's because of the news it's all went back. And so that's why when you look at this, you think there is no other things for gold to keep it going up, because now, okay, if they're going to have more news tomorrow, like about the vaccine, maybe I know that already, like UK got some orders, it says in the news, like 40 million, I think they pre-ordered. So I presume that for gold, and no stimulus while there is no president exactly, right? So it should probably continue the way down, except like still, there is no president and there is still concerns, then I still would think it should go up. So maybe it will just stuck in side before it will actually pick a direction. But technically looking, guys, technically it might need it needs a bit of a correction, and then it should continue the way down. So technically I would have seen, now would see it more towards going down, and the probably next level would be 1,800. I mean, it says 1,796, but you know, it's plus minus. So let's say 1,800 is a good number, and that's around the previous one of the consolidations. So if it will jump down and break it a little bit, then it will go together with those bottoms, right? So that's what our overview of it at this moment. So where to get, I mean, now where to get into the possible entry points here, it was a little bit of consolidation at this moment. It just looks like it jumped from 1850. It didn't break the bottoms, it didn't, but I still think it should collect some of it. But I think they're trying just to fool everyone to say like, okay, oh, look, we're going up. And or maybe everybody just thinking it should continue the way down, and then they're going to turn us around. So pretty much at this moment there is nothing here. I mean, okay, there are some wings, and maybe it's a bottom, you know, another going to be bottom, and then it would be double bottom, or maybe it will give us a bit of a head, you know, like a fool, right? Fool us, jump down, and then collect the bottoms, and then turn around again. So that's what I can expect from gold. So at this moment I'm just going to wait for it. There is nothing at this moment. I mean, yes, okay, this level could be placed in the buy pending orders, because if it is shoulder and could be head or another bottom, then it could be a good level. But what can happen, they might jump up and down first, and this is a quite big distance. If you place in the stops, it's, you see, it's nearly 200 pips. So that's why I really need to think twice what to do in this area. Do you want to get into it? I mean, you see on a smaller chart, it already has a bit of a double bottom. So yeah, it quite easily can continue the way. But yeah, I'll wait a little bit more. Maybe it will give a little bit of consolidation here, except it's very narrow. I mean, it's quite wide, but right now looks so narrow, isn't it, on the chart? So we will see. At this moment, I'll just prefer to wait a little bit. That's pretty much it, guys, for the main pairs. The other pairs, I mean, okay, euro, there could be some movements on euro tomorrow because of that thing with the Boeing, but I don't know, because I don't see any good consolidations. I mean, euro yen does look like a quite nice. You see, it has a quite jump and it has like the spin, and now turns around, so quite easily can have a drop. But like I'm saying, it's so risky, and with this pairs, I'm not sure, because I don't really prefer them as much. What I'm going to do, guys, is actually watch New Zealand, because on Wednesday, well, for us it's going to be night from Tuesday to Wednesday, so they have gaps, and there will be some news about the interest rate decision, and also some report from the bank. That's why I watch these pairs for New Zealand, and I'm going tomorrow hopefully making another video. You see the gaps, and hopefully pairs, they might have a little bit more movements, and maybe tomorrow they will consolidate, and then it will be possible to place the orders, because these gaps are really nice. And if the pairs will start to turn around, you see, it's quite good. Movements could happen. You see the same New Zealand, you see pretty much on all of them, quite small, but they're visible. I checked the other brokers, they're quite, not only one broker has them, so a few brokers. And so yeah, that's why the New Zealand, I'm going to have a bit closer look, and probably place in the orders tomorrow night, again at night. So that's it. I mean, the other pairs, you can see, guys, the pound had some movements, but they all expecting also the pound CHF against Swiss. It's all also Swiss pairs. You see, the Swiss also fall a bit more against, well, we have the dollar CHF here. You see, that's where the dollar also gained because of the Swiss is also Swiss, yen, and gold. Yeah, they are like risk. People are buying them when it's risky situations. I mean, okay, dollar CHF, quite possible also consolidation here. But you see, at this moment, it could be still a reaction on the news. And so that's why I need to see a little bit more what's going to happen and what other news are going to be. So, well, that's all for now, guys. Thanks for watching and happy trading, everyone. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.